So this is pretty blatant, right? You talk to the NPCs here, and they all mention, Cement Falls. I want to get these. I did also, with dual-wielding weapons, it would be a lot better if the first weapon killed an enemy, that the second attack went to the next one. In this one, you can overkill them and waste an attack. It sucks. So... my grievances with the fight system, really. Other than that, I do like that you get MP as you level up. It does compensate, like, it does compensate the spells getting more expensive as you level them up as well. So I'm not worried about it. See, once I figured out how to get to Salaman, this all fell into place pretty quickly. So this is almost on par with everything I was doing. Okay. Now, I know I have Minwu, but it's also important for me to just level up my spells here. Because I don't have Minwu for very long. And there's that shiny blue rock. I found out later there's a thing hidden next to it, but I don't know how to get to it. My assumption with the flame is that I need to get the thing that's behind this rock, to go into the snowy area to combat the flame itself. But I don't know how true that is, so we'll see. Oh, Blizzard did level up, okay. Cool. Maria hits like a fucking truck with these fists, though. Oh my god. She said she's gonna catch these hands. I thought this was interesting and then I got scared here because this looked really steep. No, it's fine. Not nice. I should probably actually use it on himself. I thought the balloons were scary, while dealing with my immense amounts of TPKs. The bombs I think are scarier, like, not that it'll give me nightmares. But those sprites are horrifying, man. And I do remember going through all the rooms, and all the dead-end ones don't have anything special in them. Which kinda sucks, but whatever. See, I thought these guys were tankier too, because dealing with so many TPKs, I wasn't sure what enemies I was prepared for and which ones I weren't. I guessed this door correctly the first time. Yeah. But I think the hardest one to fight was this turtle thing. Guy is definitely a tank. Yeah. Yeah. All those TPKs really fucked me up. Because even though I, in technicality, over-leveled for everything, I had no idea. I had no idea what I could and couldn't fight. It became really apparent when they started hitting me for like 300 points of damage. And I was dealing practically fucking nothing. But other than that, I had no scope of knowing. Because even then, I think you're progress locked to a degree. So, until you can get to the new area to get the EXP, I'm retracing my steps, like, actually now. Okay, I think they're all gonna say the same thing. Okay, bye, Paul. Okay. And then I need to do the one chest up there, and then I need to go... the fire tome, Right, I was gonna give that to Furion because it would be funny if he had... This is why it would be funny! Because physical attacks do nothing to these guys. Well, unless you crit, which is very similar to the previous ones, the Oozes, I think they were. Guess I'll have you learn Cure. Oh, whoops. I mean, at least I got hella Gil out of this, which is kinda nice. Wait, did that say it tried to flee as it died? Okay. My logic here was I get that chest, I go to the door on the far left. Because it just seemed really out of place where it was, you know? Yeah, they're fine. Monsters! Alright, this is the turtle. Physical attacks did almost nothing, I remember that. I'm actually retracing my steps now. Coward! I don't remember which door I went through. I think it was the left one. There he is. I mean, at least I'll be getting the Mithril. Okay. Uh-oh. I remember this going very differently, but I also leveled the shit out of stuff, so... You know. Right, I did this too. I remember that. That was a bad idea. Why did I do that? I would like to have that back, please. I didn't realize he had like a million fucking MP when this happened. Let's see. Important. I also do like Phoenix Downs and revives don't put you at 1 health point. Because it did kind of make that whole fucking thing useless. Magic. Fuck. Okay. We'll Phoenix down you. I remember these guys actually doing some physical damage. It wasn't a lot, but it was some. And now I'm fucked. Okay. I remember this going a lot differently, but I also... Ah! Okay. I also overleveled the shit out of myself, so this was probably a bit more on brand. A Mithril Axe? Wow. He dropped a Mithril Axe? Hey, guy! Okay, well... Sure. You live your truth, King. I don't think he dropped a Mithril Axe in the last time or the first time I fought him. Which is very funny. Minwu doesn't have the ability to teleport. You don't either. Y'all are all out of MP. That's fine. I can just bully my way out and get more gil. It's fine. So I don't think I actually used teleport to get out. I should have, but I didn't. Bin chicken. Damn. Bin chicken hurt my feelings. Yeah. I learned that shields are practically useless, because if you use the optimized loadout, unless the shield is better than a weapon, it will make them dual-wield weapons. So, there was that as well. What a crazy flex to have a Mithril Axe before I unlock Mithril weapons. And I think an Ogre dropped a Mithril Helm. But I tried to avoid those because they were still a bit beefy. That's right. Maria's fist, tough as nails, can beat a soldier's armor and, like, dent the fuck out of it. So I guess if you get better weapons, it lets you level up the weapon higher? I don't know. So I know the axe caps at 3. But the Mythical axe seems to make it cap at, like, 4 something. Hi, Rin. The thing I don't understand about the soldiers is why some attacks hit and some barely do anything. Binge again. I'm sure y'all are used to it by now when I have these pauses, but my ADHD brain go burr and either I think or get distracted. And then try to remember where I left off. But also, depending on the time that I'm doing this, I'm also, like, yawning and stuff, because I'm tired. For the record, because of last night's fuck-up, I was up until 4 in the morning, and so I only got, like, the equivalent of, I don't know, 5 hours of sleep, I think, give or take. And I kept waking up intermittently, too. So, it was a bad time. It was almost 5 in the morning, actually, when I went to bed, so... Still bad. Very not good. I do remember one thing I mentioned. I'm surprised there's a lack of caves in this game. I didn't mind the caves, but there's, like, no caves, and it's kinda weird. I have need of 2 Phoenix Downs, please. I will take all of my gil and do this. Take the Mythical to Altair and give it to the princess as soon as you can. Yeah. You'll need a snowcraft. I heard Yosef keeps his snowcraft hidden in the first floor of the cavern at Swim Falls. Him saying something about a wall near a bluestone or something like that. I don't know how to break that wall. I also remember Mithril being really expensive. So... I'm gonna save up some gil. Four hours of gameplay. And I've redone, like, most of it in an hour. That just goes to show how stupid I was the whole fucking time trying to figure out where to go. What a time to be alive. Okay. And I have to go back up here. I got your Mithril. You're gonna tell me to take it to the old man. Learn, Dreadnought. Ask Dreadnought. Learn. Airship. Ask Airship. Key item, Mithril. And then this unlocks, specifically here, new merchants that have Mithril gear, which is really nice. But also if I